Welcome to IQCourt, your guide to understanding Indian law in an engaging way. Here at IQCourt, we break down complex legal concepts into simple, digestible lessons. Get ready for tutorials on constitutional rights, corporate law, and landmark cases. We'd love for you to share your thoughts and join the conversation with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and connect with us on social media.
Today we are going to discuss about constitutional law syllabus. In this syllabus, even though we are going to discuss syllabus, we will explain each and every topic along with the important questions of this constitutional law subject. The way we have explained in the law, this long 2 hours, more than 2 hours video, you after going through this, you'll be able to understand. You will be able to tell the important concept included in this subject. You can directly, after watching this video of more than 2 hours, you can directly study for the exam question. You can directly go and write the exam. You'll surely pass the exam. That is the way we have prepared this video. Hope you will enjoy this video. Just enjoy and learn it. Happy learning. Let us start. Constitutional law 1. There are 6 subjects in first semester. Constitutional law 1, contract law 1, torts, family law, criminal law, BNS, and English. There are 6 subjects in first semester. This is only for the students who write the exam in Canada. Apart from, if you exclude this one, there are only 5 subjects in first semester. Okay, let us start. You can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You can search at the rate IQCourt. You will be able to find our channel and click subscribe. And also, we are reachable on WhatsApp number, and also subscribe on Telegram at the rate IQCourt Law Academy or at the rate IQCourt Official. We are also reachable on email ID IQCourtOfficial at the rate gmail.com. Thank you. Let's start the syllabus. Hello everyone, welcome to IQCourt Law Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the KSLU 3 LLB program. If you haven't subscribed to our channels, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You can search for Authorate IQCourt. We are also available on the WhatsApp number for 24/7. You can contact us on Telegram, and then you can Authorate IQCourt Law Academy, Authorate IQCourt Official. You can also reach out to us on our email ID IQCourtOfficial@gmail.com. We are also available on WhatsApp channel. You can see our description to get the WhatsApp channel link and mm, other contact details. In 3-year LLB program, there are 6 semesters. There are 6 semesters in 3-year LLB program. There are 20 core subjects and 4 clinical subjects and 6 optional subjects. Optional subjects means they'll give the option for choosing the subjects. You can choose those subjects as per your wish. They'll give you the list. In that only you have to select. There are 20 core subjects and 4 clinical subjects in the entire 6 semesters. In first year, in the first semester, you will see there are 6 subjects. First course is Constitutional Law 1 and Contract Law 1, Law of Torts, Family Law, Hindu Law, Criminal Law, Bharati and Nyaya Samhita. Then English for those who write exams in Canada. Only for them this subject will be there. Totally, there are 6 courses. There are 6 subjects in first semester. In second semester, heavily constitution we will see constitution, this constitution and the contract law and family law. These 3 will continue in second semester, second part. And the constitutional law 2, contract law 2, then another third one is family law. These 3 will continue. This year it is Hindu law. This year it is you will learn about Muslim law and their acts. Labor law 1. Here labor law 1 means in third semester you will learn about labor law 2, then property law, then Kanunu Kannada. This for Karnataka students, this for outside Karnataka means Tamil Nadu people, Kerala and others outside states people also write the exam for them. Kannada Kali will be there. It's very easy, like very easy exam. For them it may be difficult. And third semester, you will see there are 5 subjects. Labor law 2, Karmikara Kanunu, law of taxation, criminal. This is changed. They have changed this syllabus. Now it's BNSS, administrative law. If you go to fourth semester, public international law, optional, there are four options. I told you, right? There are six optional subjects here, two and the sixth and seventh semester. You'll get six optional subjects. Here you can choose any one of them. Here, the human rights law practice and insurance. You can choose one of these two. Like that, there are five subjects in fourth semester. Public international law, optional, two subjects, and clinical, two subjects. Then if you go to fifth semester, company law, civil procedure code, then optional courses, clinical course. And if you go to sixth semester, law of evidence, environment law, include two clinical optional subject and one clinical moot court exercise and internship. Now you are in first semester, so first year, so you don't worry about other semester. You just concentrate only on these two semesters, first and second semester. In the first semester, you will get see six subjects, and second semester also you will see six subjects. We already gone through the subject details. Now today we are going to discuss about constitutional law, the first subject. We are going to discuss syllabus of constitutional law. This is a very interesting subject in law course. Let us dive into the subject constitution, Samvidhanam. Before we dive into the subject, I will ask you a very simple question. Who is supreme in India? Who is supreme of our country? Some people will say PM, some people will say president. President of India is the supreme. Then who will? What else? You can say it like election commission, or we can say judge of Supreme Court is the more powerful or supreme of India. Is it true? No. Supreme of India is Constitution. Constitution of India is the supreme. Constitution is the supreme of India. Based on this, everything will function. According to this rule, everything will work. That is the reason we call this Samvidhana, Constitution. We call this as rule book of our nation. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಸಂವಿಧಾನನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ದ ರೂಲ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ನೇಷನ್. Constitution subject is one of the very important subject. If you don't understand, if you don't know this subject, even though if you get a degree, it will be zero. Okay, this subject is very important. You have to understand each and everything of constitution, learn, understand the concept of Samvidhan. Because based on this only, all the acts, all rules will be formed in our country. This is supreme of our country. They can, in many judgment of our Supreme Court, they are told who is supreme, whether the president, PM, or judge of the Supreme Court. No, justice of no, the Supreme Court judge has told constitution is the supreme. According to this, everything should function. I'll give you an example. IQCourt Law Academy, we explain each and everything only with the example. We don't teach it in theoretical way, whatever it is there in the book. We don't teach like that. We inject whatever concept inside your brain, we inject the concept inside your brain. We should understand the concept. That is very important for us. Based, if you understand the concept, you can go and write the exam with your own words if you know the concept. We'll give you short notes if 1.5 page per question. If you understand, if you remember those remaining things, you can read it. You just listen to our video classes. With we will explain the concept. With those concepts, you can write the exam. Samvidhana Renu, what is it? Let us take on the example. Think of a country as one very big family. For a family to live happily, there are some rules, right? Without any rules, means everybody will start living on their differently. Means it will create a fight between among the people. If you are not respecting the elders, if you are not coming on time to home, and if you are not coming to for dinner, lunch proper on time, then it will be difficult. Then it will create problem. People who is handling the family, it will be difficult for them to handle. Like that, if you compare our country as a family, like ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವು ನಿಯಮಗಳು ಇರಬೇಕು. ದೊಡ್ಡವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಜಗಳ ಆಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ಜನರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಾಳಲು ಬೇಕಾದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪುಸ್ತಕವೇ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ. ಲೈಕ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಹೌಸ್. There are so many people will be there. If all people should live together in that house, means there should be a rule. Without rules, it will start. It will lead to fighting, and they will start separate. They will go to different. They will divide. Okay, they will divide. They will go to different houses. Like that, if you don't want that to happen, then there should be a rule book. Okay, that rule book we call it as constitution. Think of a country as a very big family to live happily. There are some rule book, right? Respective elders don't fight. Similarly, for millions of people to live together in a country, a main rule book is needed. That rule book is called the constitution. Without rule book, then it's very difficult for people to live. Then they will start living on their own. Other people will not like it. Then it will start leading to the divide among the family people, like that. If you don't want that to happen, then this should be a rule. That is what we call it as constitution. We'll take another example. If you take cricket, if there are no rules, then also players will start telling their own rules. I will tell you one example. If the ball hits the stump, it's out. If your ball hit it over the boundary, it is 6-6. Without this rule, you can't play the game. There would only be confusion and fight among you people. Then you can't complete the cricket game. In the same way, for a country to run properly, the rule book is called constitution is essential. Hope you understand what is constitution. Based on rule book, everything will run. Why is it so important? Why constitution is so important for us? We will discuss now. Constitution is very important for several reasons. For several reasons, it is very important. It draws a Lakshmana Rekha for government. It draws a Lakshmana Rekha for government. We elect government, but they can't rule whatever they want. Constitution draws a boundary on its power. It tells them you must do for the people, but you can't take away their rights. For example, government can't just come and take away your house like we need it by saying it must give you proper compensation according to the law. This rule exists in constitution. I'm just telling you the what is why constitution is important. Even the PM, even prime minister, chief minister, they can't simply come and take your house. Okay, they can't make rules on the as per their wish. They have to make rules. They have to work according to the constitution. That is the rule book of our nation. In Canada, I can tell ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ತಾವೇ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆಡಳಿತ ನಡೆಸುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕುತ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ರೇಖಾ. ನೀವು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ಅವರ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಸಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಾರದು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್, it protects the rights of all of us. All of us have some basic rights, you know. We all have basic rights like right to equality, right to speak, right to live. There are fundamental rights all of us have. Constitution act like a shield to protect us, ensuring that no one, not even the government, can take away these rights from us. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೆಲವು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳಿವೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಸಮಾನತೆ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಬದುಕುವ ಹಕ್ಕು. ಈ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಕಸಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳದಂತೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ಒಂದು ಶೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್. ದೆನ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? ದೆನ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಒನ್ ಲಾ ಒನ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾನೂನು, ಒಂದೇ ನ್ಯಾಯ. ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನರು. ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಎಂ, ಇವನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ರೈತ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯಗಳು ಇದೇ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ ಬಡವ, ಗಂಡು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಎಂಬ ಭೇದ ಭಾವ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್, everyone is equal before the law. That is what Constitution says. That is the reason why Constitution is very important. Whatever the law they make, whatever the law made by our politicians, it should be as per the rule book. That is what as per the rules of Constitution. Whoever makes mistake, for everyone, it is they will there is this equal punishment. Just because is a prime minister will give less punishment. He's a rich person will give lesser punishment. There is nothing like that. All people will get the equal punishment for equal mistakes. According to the constitution, everyone is equal before the law. If the prime minister makes a mistake, punishment is same. If a common man makes the common farmer or man makes a mistake, the punishment is also the same. Court delivers justice based on this constitution, based on this wordings. Court delivers a justice. This ensures that everyone gets the same justice without any distinction between rich and poor, man and woman. It shows the right to run the country. It shows the way to run the country. ದೇಶದ ಆಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. That is the reason Constitution is very important for us. Before we build a house, we prepare a blueprint, right? Similarly, Constitution is the blueprint for our country's administration. It is like a guarding light for running the country. It answers Prime Minister or Chief Minister ಹೇಗೆ how should the Prime Minister, Chief Minister should be chosen? How often the election should be held? Whether for 5 years or 3 years, like that? And how should the panchayat works in the village? All these details will be explained in Constitution. Actually, these things will come in second semester. Now, in first semester, it will very basic things you will learn. Okay, this card comes in second semester. Just I'm telling why what is Constitution, why it is so important. In Kannada, I will explain. ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದರ ನಕ್ಷೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಆಡಳಿತದ ನಕ್ಷೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ದೇಶದ ಆಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿದೀಪ ಇದ್ದಾಗ. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ಮರಿ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಎ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಶಿಪ್ without a captain. It can easily lose its way. The constitution is a sacred book that protects us, controls the government, and leads the country on the right path. That is why it's important for India and for any country. In Kannada, I can say, ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಇಲ್ಲದ ದೇಶ ನಾವಿಕನಿಲ್ಲದ ಹಡಗಿನಂತೆ. ನಾವಿಕ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಡಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ ವೇ. ಅದು ದಾರ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ನಿಯಂತ್ರಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾದ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸುವ ಒಂದು ಪವಿತ್ರ ಗ್ರಂಥವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇದು ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೇ ದೇಶಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಖ್ಯ. Hope you understand why Constitution is very important. So that is the reason I'm telling you. You have to understand Constitution. Constitution is very important for your law career. Based on this only, everything will work. All administration, all other hacks, all other subjects, all derived from not just derived. They are implemented based on this our Constitution. Constitution is the supreme. That's the reason I always say Constitution is supreme of our country. Welcome to IQCourt Law Academy. Today we are going to understand the syllabus of one of the most important first semester subject, Constitutional Law-I. This class is designed to help both Kannada and English medium students. We will also discuss each unit in detail. Identify what is important for exam. Understand with simple example why learning subject is very important, and this subject is very important. It's essential for your legal career and as a citizen. Our academy is exam oriented. Whatever we discuss, whatever we talk, whatever video we make, it's all exam oriented. Today we are going to discuss about on syllabus of constitution. Still we will discuss about important question in each subject so that you will be prepared for your exam. Our main intention is you should pass the exam. IQCourt students of IQCourt Law Academy should pass the exam and come out. That is our main intention. Whatever we make video, we just note down all the important points we tell we will pass the exam. No need to write down. You will just see our results. Just take our material and just go through our videos. You can easily pass the exam. We will give you the questions. Let us discuss the syllabus of Constitution Law-I. Unit 1 says about Constitution, Preamble and Citizenship, Samvidhana, Prastavane and Pauratva. We talk about all this in Unit 1 of Constitution subject. In the syllabus, you will see Constitution, meaning and definition of Constitution, Constitutionalism, Salient Features of Indian Constitution, Preamble, meaning, scope and importance, objective, values, citizenship, mode of acquisition and termination. If you read in Kannada, you can see ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಅರ್ಥ, ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ, ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ವಿಧಗಳು, ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕತೆ, ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ, ಅರ್ಥ, ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ, ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ, ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳು, ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು, ಪೌರತ್ವ, ಸ್ವಾಧೀನ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಕ್ತಾಯದ ವಿಧಗಳು. All this you will study in constitutional subject. The key terms in first unit: ಸಂವಿಧಾನ, the fundamental and supreme law that governs the country. ಒಂದು ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಆಳುವ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ವೋಚ್ಚ ಕಾನೂನು. ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕತೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲಿಸಂ, ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಸೀಮಿತಗೊಳಿಸುವ ತತ್ವ. ಲೈಕ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, everybody will be there, right? They can't work as per their wish. They have to work as per the rules of constitution. That is that controlling that government function at power of the government, the principle of limiting the power of the government through law. That is what we call it as Samvidhanikate, constitutionalism. Then the key term, that's for third one, it's very important. Prastavane, preamble. It is the introductory part of the constitution that explains its purpose and goal. ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಮತ್ತು ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸುವ ಪರಿಚಯಾತ್ಮಕ ಭಾಗ. ಇದೊಂದು it is a court, Supreme Court says it's a part of constitution. This is very important. You will read it in second sem in depth. But now here also you will read it. In first sem also you will understand this. And ಪೌರತ್ವ, citizenship. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೇಶದ ಸದಸ್ಯನಾಗಿ ನೀಡಲಾಗುವ ಕಾನೂನುಬದ್ಧ ಸ್ಥಾನ. The legal status of a person as a member of a country. That is what we call citizenship. These are four important key terms in the first unit. Then we will also discuss whatever we discuss in the IQCourt Law Academy, whatever we teach in the YouTube videos, in the webinar, we will explain with the example, practical way, with the example. We will explain you only with the example, no theoretical ways. That is the reason we are telling IQCourt, we Academy will inject the concepts inside your brain. We simply don't read and leave it. Okay, only with the example. Why do you need to study this unit? Unit number one, why do you need to study this? That is also concept, okay? That is also very important concept for us. Let us take, there are four topics, key terms we explained, right? Samvidhanikate, Prastavana, Preamble, and citizenship. Why do you need to study these topics? Why do you need to study this unit one? That is also we explained. Let us take, imagine your family is a country, a rule book that everyone must follow is the constitution. This is a very good example. There are family, in your family, so many people are there, right? But everyone should follow that. Everyone should follow some rules. That is the rule book. Okay, that is we call it as constitution. Everyone should reach home by 10 o'clock. Everyone should get up at 5 a.m. Everyone should come to dinner by 8 p.m. These are all the rules. I'm just giving you example. Okay, a rule book that everyone must follow is the constitution. The principle that even the head of the family must follow. Okay, the rule book, it is not like head of the family, your father may be head of the family. He is telling everyone should come to dinner by 8 p.m. But your father is coming at 9 p.m. That is not he is not following the rule book. The rule book means everyone should follow that rule book, even the head of the family. That is what we call principle that even see, the rule book means constitution. Even the head of the family should also follow the rule book. That will be controlled by constitutionalism, Samvidhanikate. That's what we read, right? That's what we read. If the first page of that book, there is a rule book I told you, right? Rule book says everyone in the family should follow the rules. That is what we call constitution in the family. I'm just taking as a family. Just like in the country, you take entire country as a family, everyone should follow the rules. That is what we call constitution. There is a principle, even head of the country or head of the family should also follow that rules. That is what we call constitutionalism. That is a principle. Then in this book, the first page is there, right? The first page of the book. The purpose of these rules, the purpose of very important purpose of this rule is to keep the purpose of our family is happiness and equality. That is what we call preamble, ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ. ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಸದಸ್ಯರಾಗಲು ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಮೊದಲ ಪುಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಸಂತೋಷ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನತೆಯಿಂದಿರುವುದು. This is the rules. According to these rules only everyone should work. Even the person head of this family can't make rules that make other people to be sad. Okay, because the purpose of this rule book is to make the family happy and samanate in their happy and equality. So if anybody making the rules, even the head of the family, head of the country, even the prime minister, chief minister making some rules, some constitution is bringing some law which is opposite to the preamble, prastavane, we call it as prastavane, then that will be invalid. Okay, that is what we call preamble. Preamble, even governor, Supreme Court of India says you can't change this one. The purpose of our family is happiness and equality. Equality. That is a preamble. The rules for being a member of the family of that family are rules of citizenship. If someone want to be member of this family, there is a rules. We call it as citizenship. Okay. If you take it as a country, if you want anyone, someone wants to be citizen of our country, India, there are rules, right? You should stay for this many for years. You should apply for some application is there, form is there. You should fulfill those rules and then only you will become citizen of India. There are some rules. So, rules for being a member of the family are the rules of citizenship. As a lawyer, knowing these fundamental rules of the country is a foundation for your profession. That is the reason I'm saying understanding constitution is very important for your career. Okay, ವಕೀಲರಾಗಿ ದೇಶದ ಈ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ನಿಯಮವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯುವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಅಡಿಪಾಯವಾಗಿದೆ. What is there in this unit? Okay, you hope you understand this one. Key terms. What is constitution? Why it is important? What is preamble? That is the first unit. What is there inside the unit? This unit introduces the foundation of our country's legal system. It teaches what is constitution, what its goal are, who the citizens of India are. All these things it is there in the unit. What will you learn in this unit? Same thing, whatever I explained, it will be there. By studying this unit, you will understand the foundation of our country's legal system. Since every law derives its authority from the constitution, every law derives its authority, what is the power, from the constitution only. That is the reason I told you, constitution is the supreme. This knowledge is essential for a lawyer. ಈ ಘಟಕದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಕಾನೂನು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅಡಿಪಾಯವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಿರಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುವುದರಿಂದ ವಕೀಲರಿಗೆ ಈ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅತ್ಯಗತ್ಯ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಟೀಚ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ teach, it's practical. Why you are studying this topic, why you are studying this unit, what is there, what you are going to learn, what is there inside the unit, everything we will explain. These things not there in the syllabus. It is these things in the syllabus it is there, but nobody will teach you like this. Not even your college, not even private academy. We will explain in details what is there, why it is required for your career, why you are studying this subject, why you are studying maths, why you are studying science, how will it be useful for your career? All those things we will explain. Then only we'll go to the topic. That is the beauty of IQCourt Law Academy. Then directly we'll go to the topic. What is important for exam? Why should I read this unit? Why should you read this unit? What is the use of it? Okay, you will get questions. Okay, that is what are the questions? What you should study in this unit number 1? You have to study silent features of Indian Constitution. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು. You have to study this one. This is the important topic for your exam. Just study this. You pass the exam. Importance and legal status of preamble. Modes of acquiring and losing citizenship. These three topics are important for in first unit. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪೌರತ್ವ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಮತ್ತು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ವಿಧಾನಗಳು. These topics are very very important for exam. Only these topics, if you study, is sufficient for to pass the exam. I will also tell you how questions comes. Okay, I will also explain. Don't worry about that. There are 3 questions. We'll give you only 3 questions. Okay, in a unit. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು, ಅದರ ಕಠಿಣತೆ, ಸರಳತೆ, ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟ ಮಿಶ್ರಣವನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ವಿವರಿಸಿ. Means features of Indian Constitution. It is asking to explain the features of Indian Constitution. What you should write is the Indian Constitution is the world's longest written constitution. Sovereigns, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. It has elements of both rigidity, special majority for amendments, and flexibility by amendment by simple majority. These things you have to write for this question. What are the things you need to explain? Which were the Ati Uddhata Samvidhana? What is longest constitution? Parliamentary form of government, fundamental rights and duties, directive principle of state policy. We call it as DPS, independent judiciary and single citizenship. All these things you have to explain in the for this question. If they ask about features of Indian Constitution, for simple, I will explain everything. I told you right, everything you will explain only with the exam. If they ask you to explain the features of Indian Constitution, you just have to tell with example. I will just for your understanding. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಟ್ಟಡದಂತೆ ಕೆಲವು ಗೋಡೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೆಡವಲು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಲೈಕ್ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್, ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಬದುಕುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಲೈಕ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ multiple, there are fundamental rights. These things very difficult to demolish. ಇದು ಅದರ ಕಠಿಣತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವು ಕೋಣೆಗಳ ವಿನ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಅದರ ನಮ್ಯತೆ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಸಿನೆಸ್. Okay, easily we can change, but few things you can't change. That is what we call our constitution is rigidity and flexibility. That is what we call both. Fundamental rights you can't change it easily, but you can change few things in the constitution with simple majority. In English, our constitution is like a large building. Some walls are very hard to demolish. Like a fundamental rights, it's very hard to demolish. It is very hard to amend. Okay, it requires special majority. He will read this special majority, simple majority in the second sem, which shows its rigidity. But the design of some rooms can be changed easily, which shows its flexibility. These things for you to explain in the for this first in the first question. If they ask for what is the features of Indian Constitution, let's go to second question. ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆಯು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ರಚನಾಕಾರರ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ತೆರೆಯುವ ಕೀಲಿಗೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. Means they will say this is a very simple question. Means they are asking what is preamble, ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ. They will ask what is preamble. They will ask us to explain the principle of preamble. Preamble states that states the basic principle and objectives of constitution. This is one of the important case law. In Berubari case, it was held that preamble is not a part of constitution. Preamble constitution ಭಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಬೇರುಬಾರಿ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Again, in one more case law, Kesavananda Bharati case, the Supreme Court overruled this and holding that preamble is an integral part of constitution, can be amended, but it is logic structure can't be changed, can't be altered. That is what it says. You will understand this in depth in the upcoming classes. Okay, these things you have to explain for preamble. If they ask for preamble, you have to write preamble and you have to explain this with the case laws. Okay, this case law is very important. You have to remember this case law. Case on the Bharati, it is very important case law. You will read. It is very important throughout your career. Even till 6th semester, this case law will come. Most of the subjects. Okay, what are the things you need to explain? You have to explain the preamble, judgment of Berubari Union case, and judgment of Kesavananda Bharati and its significance, amendments to preamble, how it what is the judgment of courts, what are the different judgments came for this related to preamble. All these things you have to write for the exam. If they ask this question, there is a different way you have to write introduction. I'm just telling the key points you have to explain in the exam. When you read a book, for example, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಓದುವಾಗ ಅದರ ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಲೇಖನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಗುರಿಯಾದ ನ್ಯಾಯ, ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ, ಸಮಾನತೆಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಕೇಶವಾನಂದ ಭಾರತಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯವು ಈ ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಭಾಗ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿತು. So you can't alter this. This is what government says. You can amend this, but you can't alter this because based on this only entire constitution is prepared. So Supreme Court says you can't alter this preamble. That is, these things you have to explain for this second. Let's go to third question. Citizenship, how it can be taken and how will it be terminated? Citizenship, ಭಾರತೀಯ ಪೌರತ್ವ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ 1955 ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪೌರತ್ವವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವ ಮತ್ತು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ವಿವಿಧ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. That is the question you will get in the exam. ಪೌರತ್ವ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ 1955 ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಪೌರತ್ವವನ್ನು ಜನನ, ವಂಶ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಮತ್ತು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕರಣದ ಮೂಲಕ ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ತ್ಯಾಗ, ಸ್ವಇಚ್ಛೆಯಿಂದ ಸಮಾಪ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಂಚನೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದರೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಪೌರತ್ವವನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಟಿಜನ್ಶಿಪ್. According to Citizenship Act, citizenship can be acquired by birth, descent, and registration, naturalization. Similar citizenship can be lost through renunciation, voluntary giving up, termination, and acquiring the citizenship of another country. If you take the citizenship of UK or US, your citizenship of India will be automatically terminated. Like that, if you acquired by fraud, if you had acquired by citizenship by fraud, it will then that case also it will be terminated. The way how you will gain wealth, right? By birth, descent, registration, or naturalization, modes of termination is renouncement and termination and different like this. If you want club in a league, like for example, there are few ways to get club citizenship. Like if you born in the club, if your parents are members, by applying for it by registration, there are always also ways to lose membership if you resign, if you join another club. Like this, just I'm just for this, just relate it to this. Like if you're for this is exam, not it's not exactly a perfect example. Just I'm just for you to make understand. I'm just given this example. Okay, what are the hacks sections comes in this subject? You will see section article number 5 to 11, up to 11. This article number 11, you will read it in this unit number 1. And also you will read Citizenship Act 1955 in the unit number 1. If you go to unit number, next is unit number 2, Rajya Kanunu ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನತೆ. Hi everyone, let us discuss about Unit 2. Unit 2, we will learn about state law and equality. State Rajya Kanunu ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನತೆ. What is Rajya? What is Rajya means not Karnataka. It is a government body. Whatever all comes under government, that we call it as Rajya. Even government, bank, government agencies, LIC banks, BISCOM, FISCOM, state government, central government, Samsatu, all government bodies, we call it as Rajya. That is not Karnataka, not Tamil Nadu, not Kerala. It is a government body. We call it as Rajya. That is what we call it as. ಅದನ್ನು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನೇನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನೇ in this this is one of the important topic in second unit. Okay, and in second unit you will learn about Article 12, Article 13, and Article 14. What is Article 12? Article 12 talks about Article 12 ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಅನ್ವಯ. ಇದು ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಾಜ್ಯ. Article 12 ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಅನ್ವಯ. ಇದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಸಂಸತ್ತು, ರಾಜ್ಯ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. As per Article number 12, this is the definition. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಅನ್ವಯ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ಅನ್ವಯ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು? ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, in that case you can file case against them under Article number 12. That is what Article number 12 says. Rajya means it also includes parliament, government agency, LIC, all those things it includes. That is what this is the term says. This is the one question you will get. What is Article 12? You explain about Article 12 with case laws, all those things you will ask. What is there in this second unit syllabus? Definition under Article 12, definition, doctrine of salability, doctrine of eclipse, judiciary review, Article number 12, equality, social justice, all those things you will learn. 12, 13, and 14. These three articles you will learn in second unit. Okay, articles, this is clear, right? Next we will go to second point is ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ, judicial review. Judicial review means, so okay, government, okay, look, your government, your prime minister or someone made some law that what ladies should not use mobile, only gents can use mobile. Like that, government made some law. Then ladies can go to the court and they can file the complaint under Article number 12. They can say they are violating, they are showing discrimination, right to equality under it is unconstitutional. Like that, you can say ಅಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತೆ ಮೊಬೈಲು. So in that case, court will see whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional. Court can declare that law as invalid, so that law become inactive. That's it. Inactive means it will become, they will throw it. That law will not sustain because it is violating Article number 12. Who will go? If prime minister making some law, somebody has to go and challenge. Then court will review that whether it is correct or wrong. That is what we call it as ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ, ಜುಡಿಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘಿಸುವ ಕಾನೂನನ್ನು ಅಸಂವಿಧಾನಕವೆಂದು ಘೋಷಿಸುವ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ಅಧಿಕಾರ. Under Constitution has given right to the judges to declare that as a unconstitutional, for the power of the court to declare laws that violates the fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. Although if anything is violating those, the court will declare it as unconstitutional. Which are the 6 fundamental rights? That includes the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. All those things are there. If it is violating those things, then court will declare that law as unconstitutional. That is over. Topic is over. Then we'll go to next topic is Samanate Hakku. Article number 14. ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನರು, ವೆದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಚ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ any influential person, whoever it is, everyone is equal in front of law. That is what it says. Article number 14 says, ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನರು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. That is what Article 14 says. It's very simple concept. You know this concept. Okay, we'll learn it with the example. Okay, we will go to next slide. Okay, whatever we are going to discuss, we'll explain with the example. Okay, we'll explain each and every with the example, so that you will understand the concept. The way we explain, we are going to inject the concept inside your brain, so that you can directly go to the exam, you can write and you should pass the exam. That is our intention. Not only teaching subject, will tell you why you are learning, why you are studying law, what is the use of studying law. Not simply generic, we are telling each subject in the each unit why you should study, what is the use of that studying that, whether you will get any profit in future, whether you will make any money from studying that topic. Yes, you can study whatever we teach now, everything we will tell. What is the use for you in the future? What is the use for learning this article 12, 13? What is the use, sir? It's waste of time. You'll say, we will tell you each and everything, we will explain, so that you will get motivated and you will start reading, and you will become a successful lawyer, successful advocate. Lawyer means it's a student who are completed a degree, that those we can become lawyers. Advocates become, once you become enrolled in the, start practicing in the court, then you'll become, we call it them as advocates. Okay, you should be successful advocate. That is our main intention. That is the reason we'll explain each and everything with the example. What is the reason for you to what is the reason we are telling you to study? All those things we will explain. Okay, what is the use of studying in this unit? That we will, what is there in the unit? So many things are there, but what will you learn in that unit? ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಲಿತೀರಾ ನೀವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು? What is the use of learning this unit? When your friend went to the government, your friend went to some bank, government bank. Government bank, it comes under Rajya. That is what I explained it before also. Okay, government bank comes under Rajya. So when your friend went to the government bank, they are telling only will give loan to the men. Okay, only ಪುರುಷರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಲೇಡೀಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. Okay, it's a against the fundamental rights. It's a fund against it's unconstitutional. They are discrimination, ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 14 ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. So you can file the case in court and you can make that law as unconstitutional. ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯವು ಆ ನಿಯಮವನ್ನು ರದ್ದುಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆ. ಈ ನಿಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂಶಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಕೇವಲ ತಾರತಮ್ಯದ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ರದ್ದುಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆ. ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕದ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕದ ಸಿದ್ಧ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕದ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ, ಓಕೆ ನಾವು ಮೆನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 14. Okay, and also same rules says we'll give free of in the same law. So it says we will give free laptop to ladies. So court will make it invalid. That loan ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ಗೆ, ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಲೋನ್, ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್, ರದ್ದುಗೊಳಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕತಾ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ, ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿನ್ ಆಫ್ severability. That is very simple concept, very simple concept. If they are making something good and bad, they will remove only bad part. Court will declare this as a bad part, so you remove this. Don't follow this, like they will tell. If there is a good part, like they will give laptop ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ, like that, if there will court will say you can continue to give. That is what separate ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. That is what of severability. There's a concept, very simple concept. You can directly go and write the exam. Very simple concept. Very judicial review. If your rule says as good, other good things, the only discrimination part they will remove. Other things they will continue. If they are telling we'll give laptop to the men, ladies and gents, let it continue. No problem. That is what courts is. Okay, this is what you will learn. What is the use for you? If the government is not giving loan to your sister, then you can go and fight in the court. Okay, is not giving it is doing discrimination like that. You can go and fight under article number 14. That is what that is the use of article. The reason you should learn this. Okay, what is there in this unit? In the ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಯಾರು ವಿರೋಧ ಚಲಾಯಿಸಬಹುದು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ರಕ್ಷಿಸುವ ಕಾನೂನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಹಕ್ಕು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಕ್ಷಿದಾರರ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಥವಾ ಇತರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘಿಸಿದಾಗ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 12 ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನವನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿ ನೀವು ವಾದ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಫೇವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 12. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ರೈಟ್? You have to fight. You can fight in the exam. Article 14 says it's Samanati Hakku. Article 12 says you can fight against, you can file complaint against Rajya, means government bodies, again if they are doing any discrimination, if they are violating any of your fundamental rights. ಸಮಾನ ತತ್ವವು ತಾರತಮ್ಯದ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡಲು ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಅಸ್ತ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ. This is very important for you, in your future career. You can go and argue in the court. This is the reason you should study second unit. Okay, let's directly we'll go to exam points. Why you should study second unit means what are the important points for exam? Okay, we will discuss about the Rajyada. The important topics is Rajyada Vistruta Vakana. I already explained, so all this Pratyeka Siddhanta. I told you if they are giving a laptop to both people and they are telling we will not give loan, the law which are bad, that will they remove. Other thing they will court will tell them to continue. That's very simple, very simple. Pratyeka Siddhanta. That is what doctrine of severability. Another topic is eclipse. Eclipse. What is eclipse? I will tell you. It's very simple exam. You can directly go and write in the exam. Grahana Siddhanta. Okay, I will tell you. Very simple. Okay, this is your teacher in class. Okay, take it as constitution. This is a constitution. In the teachers made some rule. Constitution is a book rule. It is a rule book. Okay, it's full of rules. Teacher says inside classroom everyone should be silent. Everyone should be silent. Nobody should play inside class. Nobody should shout like that. So many rules are there. Okay. After introducing this, introducing this constitution means after your teacher comes inside, you have to follow all these rules, right? Means this is a constitution. Okay, all these rules you have to follow. You are sitting here in the class. You have to be quiet. You should not play. You should not shout. All those things you have to follow. These are all the rules. Constitution. This is the full constitution. Inside the constitution, so many rules are there. Constitution means it is a rule book. Okay, so many rules are there in constitution that you have to follow. Okay, before introducing this constitution, before teacher comes in your class, there is no such rules, right? You can play, you can shout, you can do whatever you want. All those things you can do it. You are doing anything. But when teacher comes, means when constitution comes inside in our country, you have to follow all these rules, right? Just because you have to follow all these rules means it doesn't mean that you can't play. Means you are not capable of playing. You are not capable of shouting. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೇನು ಆಟಾಡೋದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವೇನು ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಫುಲ್ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as ಗ್ರಹಣ. ವೆನ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಫುಲ್ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಶೌಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಹಿಡಿದಿದೆ. Because all these rules are there, means these rules are fundamental rights, means for there's some fundamental rights. See, just I have explained in different way just for your understanding. Actually different, I will tell you, grahana, this you concept you got it right. When these rules removes, means silent ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So you can in that case you can shout, you can do, you can play, all the things you can do, right? As long as these rules is there, you can't make noise. Okay, till the time, as long as this rule is there, ಅದು ಗ್ರಹಣ ಹಿಡಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೂಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. That is what grahana says. Okay, I will explain in the technical term, in the constitution way. Fundamental rights are there in constitution. Okay, when the fundamental rights, it says right to equality, right to freedom, all those constitutional rights are there, right? If there is any rule before introducing this constitution, if there was a rule like only girls should not roam outside, like that, any law was there before introducing the constitution. In the constitution, there is a rule like fundamental rights that right to freedom. So you should right to equality, right to so many things are there, right? If it is violating this one, then this law is there, right? Previous whatever it made before introducing the constitution, this law become inactive. Only inactive, not thrown away. ಎಸ್ ಅದು ಕಿತ್ತಿ ಎಸ್ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಲಾ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಟಿಲ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಹಿಡಿದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. ಐ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಡ್. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. Your children can understand this concept, but you should write in the exam. How to write in the exam? What are the concepts you should write? All that also I will explain. You have to write ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, what is in the answer, what are the things you should write in the exam. That will tell you. Earlier, Rajya means only government bodies. Earlier it was like, later on after the case laws. Case laws means government. See, case law is very important for you when you have to write case law in exam. What is case law means? Supreme Court has given some judgment, some Superior Court has given judgment. That judgment will be referred by lower court and even same court for future cases. That is what the judgment. Only we call it as case law. Earlier, Rajya means only government bodies. Earlier, initially, but after the Ajay Asia case, bodies that function as instrumentality agency like LIC, all those also part of Rajya, all those also part of state. That is what it says in that in the case law, in the judgment. That is what case law. This case law you have to write. After this case law, this changes happened. Earlier, there was no property for ladies. After the some case law judgment, this become like ladies also will get the property equal share from the whatever from their parents equally. That is what judgment says. This are all we call it as case law. With the case law, everything keep on changes. Somebody will say this is not correct. In another case, it will say it is correct. Like it will keep on changing according to latest judgments. That's what we call it as case laws. Don't say that in this case, judgment Supreme Court has said like this, or this is the final. No. So in another case, Supreme Court could tell that is wrong. This is the right, like that. It will keep on changing, So you should be updated with the case laws. It's very important. Okay, then what are the things you have to explain these things and points to explain Article 12. ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಇತರ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರಗಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ LIC, all those comes under what is it, ರಾಜ್ಯ, Article 12. This case also you have to explain. Then ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಮಾತ್ರವಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ, LIC ಅಂತಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘಿಸಿದರೂ ನೀವು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು, ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ರಾಜ್ಯವೇ. If your fundamental rights is violated, not just the police department but also by your government, university or entity like LIC, you can go to the court. This because according to court, all of this become our state. Okay, this is the first question is over. Second question, we'll go to second question. Second question, what are the things you have to write? And for this question, you have to write ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. There is no extra facility if Prime Minister comes to the court. Like that is means in front of law everyone is equal. There is no separate. They will not give any separate facility. This is what it says. ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಸಮಾನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಸಮಾನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿರುವವರನ್ನು ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಬೇಕು. ಸಂವಿಧಾನವು ಸಮಂಜಸ ವರ್ಗೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಗ್ರಹಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ಭೇದವನ್ನು ಆಧರಿಸಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಿಗೆ ತರ್ಕಬದ್ಧ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರಬೇಕು. Equality before law means absence of special privileges. Means they will not give any special privileges. Equal protection of law means those in the similar circumstances should be treated equally. Constitution permits reasonable classification, but it must be based on the intelligible differentia, have a rational nexus to the object of the law. These things you will learn it in depth. And what are points to explain? ಎರಡು ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆಯ ಮೂಲ ಮತ್ತು ಅರ್ಥ ಸಮಂಜಸ ವರ್ಗೀಕರಣದ ನಡುವೆ ಎರಡು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳು ವರ್ಗ ಶಾಸನ ನಿಷೇಧ ಇಪಿ ರಾಯ ಪ್ರಕರಣ. These things you have to explain for this question. And also you have to mention like for example I will explain so you will get better understanding. ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ನಾಗರಿಕ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದೇ. ಇದು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ. ಆದರೆ ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸುವಾಗ ರೀಸನಬಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸುವಾಗ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬಡವರಿಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರ ಆದಾಯದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಗೀಕರಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಸಮಂಜಸವಾಗಿದೆ. This is what it says. It should be reasonable. Rationalness is indifferential. Like constitution permit reasonable classification. Means ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಿಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ 50% ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ 10% ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, to protect poor people also for the equal distribution of wealth in the country. Hope you understand. Next we will go to next question. ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಿದ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಸಹಾಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. Explain the doctrine of eclipse and doctrine of this is already really explained, right? It is very simple. In the class teacher is making some rules, so you have to follow still because of that rules ಗ್ರಹಣ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Directive already explained, and doctrine of stability, all these things you have to explain. Okay, for example, ಒಂದು ಸೇಬಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಳು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದರೆ ನೀವು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಸೇಬನ್ನು ಬಿಸಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೇವಲ ಉಳು ಬಿದ್ದ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ತೆಗೆಯುತ್ತೀರಿ. ಇದು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕದ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಸೂರ್ಯಗ್ರಹಣದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಕಾಣಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಒಂದು ಹಳೆಯ ಕಾನೂನು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ ಗ್ರಹಣಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ನಿಷ್ಕ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಸಾಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಗ್ರಹಣ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. If an apple has a worm, you don't throw away the whole apple. You just cut out the rotten part. This is the doctrine of stability. During a solar eclipse, the sun hidden but doesn't disappear. It reappears after the eclipse. Similarly, an whole law might get eclipsed but and become inactive due to the fundamental rights, but it is not dead. This is the doctrine of eclipse. Hope you understand this concept. I have explained you before only. This is the answer you have to write for this question. There are only 3 questions are very important in this unit. Okay, which are all the article comes? Article 12, 13, 14 are important in the unit 2. Next we will go to unit 3. In the unit 3, we will talk about samajika nyaya swatantragalu. In this unit, we will talk about something like okay, you will they are getting reservation, why we are not getting, they are getting 10% reservation, why we are not getting, like those things are there. Those things comes into unit number 3. Unit number 3, article 12, 15 and 16. Here it talks about rakshanatmaka taratamya. To protect some people, some class of people, they can do discrimination is permitted. Okay, for these people we are giving reservation. For these people we will give free rice, free oil, but the other rich people we don't give free rice. The government making law protective discrimination under article 15 and 16, untouchability under article 17, right to freedom, speech, assembly, association, movement, residence, profession, unreasonable restrictions. All these things are there. And unit number 3, ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ, ಮೀಸಲಾತಿಯಂತಹ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸವಲತ್ತನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸುವುದು. Providing special provisions like reservation for advancement of privileged classes. Protective discrimination under article 15 and 16, untouchability under article number 17, right to freedom, speech, assembly, association, movement, and residence, profession, reasonable restrictions. All these things you will learn in the restriction. Is the government can impose their restrictions on some of the rights. Okay, that is what we are going to study in the unit number 3. Okay, we'll learn about key terms. These are all very important. Rakshanatmaka taratanya, protective discrimination. Okay, some people will tell, right, they are getting the reservation, they are getting the pen free of cost, why we are not getting. That is permitted in the constitution. Then with the name called ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್, ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ 4%, 5% ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವೈ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್? ವೈ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ talk people will people might have studied a little bit. They will talk to like this. They will tell why they are giving reservation to them, because in the constitution it's permitted, because the constitution wants underprivileged, like backward class people to get an opportunity. They want those people to come out of backward classes. They should come outside and they should progress. We should give opportunity for them. That is the reason ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ protected discrimination is permitted. ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರದ ಹಕ್ಕು, ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗುವ 6 ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರಗಳು. That is already explained the right to freedom. Walk, subway, speech, assembly, association, movement, resistance, and profession. These are all article number 19. It comes ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರಗಳು. ಸಮಂಜಸ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ. See, just because you can't talk something rubbish in the which is not good in the public. So there should be restrictions, right? That is what we call it as regional restrictions. ಸಮಂಜಸ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧಗಳು. ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಹಿತಾಸಕ್ತಿಗಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಹಕ್ಕಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ತರ್ಕಬದ್ಧ ಮಿತಿಗಳು. Rational limits that the government can impose on the rights of right to freedom for the public interest. Rational limits that the government can impose on the right to freedom for public interest. So ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೂಗಾಡೋದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. there should be restrictions. People will behave as per their wish. It will be problem for other people. That is the reason Constitution also says government can impose restrictions, reasonable restrictions. Okay. These three terms are important. Okay, let's go to next important points. Okay, what are you going to study in the why you should study in this unit that we will talk. Okay, ಓಟದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ಗೆರೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಸಮಾನತೆ. Okay, that's everyone they will put same line for everyone. ಆದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಗಾಯವಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ನೀಡುವುದು ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ. This is permitted in constitution. That is the reason government gives reservation to some of the people and gives some free books, laptop to some of the classes of students. That is permitted in the constitution. Okay, ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದುಳಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ನೀಡುವುದು ಇದೇ ತತ್ವದ ಮೇಲೆ. ನೀವು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ನೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಟೀಕಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ವಾಕ್ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ. ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಹಿಂಸೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಚೋದನೆ ನೀಡಿದರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಮಂಜಸವಾದ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ ಹೇರಬಹುದು. In a running race, everyone starts from the same line. This is the equality. But if one runner has an injured leg, allowing them to start a little ahead is a protective discrimination. Giving the reservation to historically disadvantaged community is based on this principle. Right to criticize the government is freedom of speech, but government can impose reasonable restrictions if it is not within the limit. Okay, ಈ ಘಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್? ಈ ಘಟಕವು ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನತೆಯನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸಲು ಇರುವ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾದ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. This unit covers reservation aimed at achieving the social equality and freedom essential for every citizen's personal development. Okay, this is what it is there. So many things are there in the unit. But what will you learn what is the use of learning in this unit? That you will see now. Okay, this unit is very important in your career. Let's like in law, just because you are a lawyer, you can't go and talk whatever you want. So you should be within the limit. That is what you will learn in this unit. You will understand the constitutional basis on what basis the reservation system is there in our country. Those things you will learn the scope of limit of fundamental freedom. As a lawyer, this helps to understand how balance sensitive social issues with the individual liberties. Those things you will learn in this unit. What is important for the exam? Okay, directly we'll go to exam in the article 15 and 17 is important. And also ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧವನ್ನು ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದು. On what basis? ವೃತ್ತಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ. This is very very important question. This question is there. This is a very important question. Okay, all three are important questions. We'll go to the important questions. How will they ask the question? We will see. They will ask questions like this. Okay, you will get this question. Questions will be like this. 19(1)(a) ವಿಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಲಾದ ವಾಕ್ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಈ ಸ್ಮರಣದ ಮೇಲಿನ ಸಮಂಜಸ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧಗಳ ಆಧಾರವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. Explain the fundamental freedom of speech expression guaranteed under the article number 19(1)(a) grounds for reasonable restrictions on this freedom. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 15 and 16 ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್, ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ in the constitution there is a provision for giving the reservation for backward classes to give them opportunity for their advancement. Okay, explain the protective discrimination with special reference to the reservation in public employment. Like in employment also they will give reservation, education they will give, so many reservations are there. Like all these things come in the article number 15 and 16. 19(1)(g) ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಅನುಸರಿಸುವ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸುವ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿ ಡು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಗಾಂಜಾ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1(g). Okay, these things you will explain. What is the answer for these questions also we will explain right away. Okay, this is you have to explain ಈ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವು ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಮೌನವಾಗಿರುವ ಹಕ್ಕುವನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ 9A. Okay, directly. This is the important question. This is very very important question. This how you should write the answer. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ನಿಂದನೆಯಂತಹ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಮಾಜದ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದು ಭದ್ರತೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ನಿಂದನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇಶದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತೆ ಭದ್ರತೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ restrictions on these fundamental rights. This freedom includes the freedom of press, right to information, right to remain silent, but it is not absolute. The state can impose a reasonable restriction because in the interest of the country. Okay, those things you have to write for this question. You have to write 4-5 pages. Now it is 100 marks pattern, right? How to write 4-5 pages, that we will explain in the next video with our short notes. You will be able to explain. Okay, we'll give one example. ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ನಿಯಮವನ್ನು ಟೀಕಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು ನಿಮಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ವಾಕ್ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾರು ಹೆಲ್ಮೆಟ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಡಿ ಎಂದು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಕರೆ ನೀಡಿ ಗಲಭೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ತರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಸಮಂಜಸವಾದ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ. So you can't do like this. Like they can impose. I hope you understand this. They can put restrictions like on your freedom of fundamental rights. You have the right to criticize the traffic rules. This is the freedom of speech, but you can't publicly call for everyone to stop wearing the helmet, create shows, because that harms the public order. Restricting it is a reasonable restriction. Government can put reasonable restrictions, right? I've already explained you. Now we'll go to next question. Article number 15 and 16 ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖದೊಂದಿಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ತಾರತಮ್ಯವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. Like in the government, for advancement of the backward classes, government can put reservations for SC, ST, for the backward classes in education, employment also they can put. In employment 16(4) and for education 15(4), 16(4) ಸಮಾನತೆಯ ನಿಯಮಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿನಾಯಿತಿಗಳಿವೆ. In the constitution it is permitted. So these things you have to explain for this question. In this question, for backward classes peoples, there is a constitution, there is a provision for government to allow government to give reservation for the backward class people, SC people, for their advancement, for their improvement. This you have to explain. For another, for with if you want example, we'll explain with example. Okay, example, ಓಟದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ಗೆರೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಸಮಾನತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಗಾಯವಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಲ್ಲುವ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ನೀಡುವುದು ರಕ್ಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ. So it is not wrong. It is permitted in the as per the law. You can't go and challenge this because it's permitted in the law. ಸಮಂಜಸವಾಗಿ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದುಳಿದವರಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ನೀಡುವುದು ಇದೇ ತತ್ವದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ. Okay, this is what you have to explain. If you go to next question is 19(1)(g). See, you can't like it says about right to ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದು means you can go and do practice the profession or trade of their choice, but you can't do whatever you want. You can't sell bombs or which is going to harm the people in interest of the other in interest of society, in the interest of country. They can government to impose that some restrictions. Explain the freedom to practice any profession, to explain any occupation, trade, business, and article. Okay, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ವೆದರ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೆನ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಎನಿ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್? ಎಸ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕರು ತನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಹಿತಾಸಕ್ತಿಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ರಾಜ್ಯವು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಅರ್ಹತೆಯನ್ನು ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಬಹುದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಏಕಸ್ವಾಮ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಬಹುದು. Government can tell like only government will run KSRTC bus, so nobody else should compete. Like that, they have given permission, means they have given provision for government to make the rules, and they can. With the example, I will tell you. ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಂಗಡಿ ತೆರೆಯುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ನಿಮಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಔಷಧಿ ಅಂಗಡಿ ತೆರೆಯಬೇಕಾದರೆ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ಮಸಿ ಪದವಿ ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಿಯಮ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಹಿತಾಸಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿದ ಸಮಂಜಸವಾದ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧ. It is permitted, if simply 5 standard to 5 uneducated people, if they are opening pharmacy, if they give some wrong medicine, then it will be a problem for people, other people, right? That is the reason they can put reasonable restrictions. Okay, you must you have the right to open any shop you want, but to open a medical store, government can make a rule that you must have a pharmacy degree. This is the reasonable restriction imposed in the interest of in the public interest. Okay, we'll go to the next one. This is the thing you have to explain. In this next in this unit, you will see article number 15, 16, 17, 19, and the Kaide Nagarika Hakkugala Samrakshana Kaide 1955. We'll also learn these things of unit 3. Next, we'll go to unit 4. Vyakti Hakkugalu. What are the rights you have, or as an individual? Like ಆರೋಪಿಗಳ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, means person who is accused. What are the rights are there for him? ಬಂಧಿತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು. Article number 22. What is the rights of the arrested person? If your friend is arrested, what are the rights he is having? Based on that, you can go and fight. You can go and help him to get the bail, or you can help him to do help him. So to help him, you should know the law, right? You should know the article number 22, article number 20, how to help him. Right to life, personal liberty, article number 21. Right against the exploitation, freedom of religion. These things you will learn it in the for unit number 4. What are the important terms you should learn? This and the name. Just for one single offense, you can't punish him for 2 to 3 times. ದ್ವಿದಂಡನೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ಅಪರಾಧಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಬಾರಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ನೀಡುವುದು. ನಾಟ್ ಬೀಂಗ್ ಪನಿಶ್ಡ್ ಟ್ವೈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಫೆನ್ಸ್. ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಕೇವಲ ಬದುಕುವುದು. ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್. You should be able to, the constitution say not just the right to exist, but right to live with dignity. ಕೇವಲ ಬದುಕುವುದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಘನತೆಯಿಂದ ಬದುಕುವ ಹಕ್ಕು ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಬಂಧನ. If a person is going to do something, if there is a 100% sure, government can put you that person in the preventive detention. ಅಪರಾಧ ನಡೆಯುವುದನ್ನು ತಡೆಯಲು ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತವಾಗಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಬಂಧಿಸುವುದು. That is all ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಬಂಧನ, preventive detention. You will learn all this in depth later. What are the things you are going to write? What is the use of learning this unit? That's also we will explain. ಪೊಲೀಸರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಂಧಿಸಿದರೆ 24 ಗಂಟೆಗಳ ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಜರುಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು. That is what it says. You will learn all this. ಬಂಧಿತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು. ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಸಂಬಂಧದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನೀವೇ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಹೇಳುವಂತೆ ಒತ್ತಾಯಿಸಿ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ you accept that you only killed that person. ನೀನೇ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಒಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. That is what the constitution says. Okay, this is the example. This you will learn it in the 4th unit. ಕೇವಲ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಯಂತೆ ಬದುಕೋದಲ್ಲ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಬದುಕುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ 4th unit ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. If a police arrest you they must produce before a magistrate within 24 hours. Right of a arrested person. During the trial, they can't compel you to testify against yourself. Right, that is the right of the accused. The right to live, not just like animal. You should be able to. You have a right to live with education. You have the right to health, dignity. Is your right to life comes under right to life. Okay, that is what you will learn in the 4th unit. ಈ ಘಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? What is there in the unit? So many things are there in the unit, but what we will learn, that also we will see. ಈ ಘಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪರಾಧ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದ ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಭಾರತದ ಜಾತ್ಯತೀತ ಸ್ವರೂಪದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. This unit explains the individual rights in the criminal process, the most crucial right to life, secular nature of India. What will you learn in this unit? Criminal ವಕೀಲರಿಗೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 2021 ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅತ್ಯಗತ್ಯ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 21 ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ಪ್ರಕರಣದ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾದಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಲವಾದ ಅಡಿಪಾಯವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. For criminal lawyers, knowledge of Article 2022 is very important. That is what it is there. What is that? What it is there in the unit number 4. You should learn. That is the reason. This is the reason you should know. If you want to become a criminal lawyer, this is very important. That is the reason you should learn Constitution perfectly, so that you can. It is very base. It is a base for you to do whatever whatever maybe the even future. Means if you want a criminal lawyer or some different lawyer, that is this Constitution is very important for everyone. It provides a strong basis for your argument. What is important for the exam? Directly we'll go to exam. What is important for your exam? Directly we'll see. Article 22 is a heart of the Constitution. Of Article 2020 regarding this decided cases, they will ask you to explain. Article 20, they will ask you to explain the origin, different origins, the right of property, personal liberty with the decided cases. Again, second question, explain the protection against export facto law. This double jeopardy and self-incrimination guaranteed to the accused person under Article 20 and explain the safeguards provided under the Constitution to the person arrested in the ordinary circumstances under the preventive detention law. Also, will show you what you should write. ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸಂಕುಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಮೇನಕಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಲಾ. ಮೇನಕಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇನಕಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ. ದಿಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಲಾ. ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಾನೂನಿನಿಂದ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯವಿಧಾನವು ನ್ಯಾಯಯುತ ನಿಷ್ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತ ಸಮಂಜಸವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿತು. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಈ ಹಕ್ಕಿನ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯು ಘನತೆಯಿಂದ ಬದುಕುವ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಗೌಪ್ಯತೆಯ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಪರಿಸರದ ಹಕ್ಕು, ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತೆ ವಿಸ್ತರಿಸಿತು. ಸಿ, when Constitution was introduced, it will be small. After this case laws, after Supreme Court judgment, it will become keep on expanding. This their explanation will keep expanding based on with the help of Supreme Court judgments. So earlier it was small, now it has included based on the Supreme Court judgment. These things are because the Supreme Court has courts having a right to interpret the Constitution. Okay, initially this is what you should explain. ಮೊದಲು ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು ಎಂದರೆ ಕೇವಲ ಉಸಿರಾಡುವುದು ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಈಗ ಗಾಳಿ, ನೀರು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಬದುಕಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಪರಿಸರದ ಹಕ್ಕು ಕೂಡ ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿನ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಘನತೆಯಿಂದ ಬದುಕಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಹಕ್ಕು ಕೂಡ ಇದರ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿದೆ. That is what you have to write down in the exam. Okay, with the case laws, article number, all these things you have to write. We will tell you in the next video. In the upcoming video, we will explain that. Okay, if you go to second question, what is second question answer? You have to write. ಒಂದು ಕೃತ್ಯ ಎಸಗಿದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಅಪರಾಧವಾಗಿರದಿದ್ದರೆ ನಂತರ ಕಾನೂನಿನಡಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಿಸುವಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 20/2 ಒಂದೇ ಅಪರಾಧಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಬಾರಿ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನು ನಿಷೇಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ crime 2 times nobody can punish that person for single offense. ಅಪರಾಧಿಯನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ the police can't force you to accept that you only killed them. They can't force it. That is the rights available in the Constitution. During the if you kill a dog by driving by mistake, if you kill a dog, there was no rules like it is a punishable offense. After 1 month, you kill the dog today while driving by mistake. Next month, they introduced the law that if you kill a dog while driving, you'll be put under bar for 1 year. At the time of accident, this law was not there, so they can't punish you after 1 month because it was introduced. That is what it says. Okay, we will go to example. ನೀವು ಇಂದು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಅದು ಕಾನೂನುಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾಳೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅಪರಾಧ ಎಂದು ಘೋಷಿಸಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ನೀಡಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. That is what you have to explain for this ಪೂರ್ವಕಾಲಿಕ ಕಾನೂನಿನಿಂದ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ. That is what it says. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋ ಲಾ. ಕಳ್ಳತನಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಿಸಿದರೆ ಅದೇ ಕಳ್ಳತನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ನೀಡುವಂತಿಲ್ಲ. That is what ದ್ವಿದಂಡನೆ. ನೀವೇ ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಎಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತೆ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಥಳಿಸುವಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಯಂ ದೋಷಾರೋಪಣೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ. This is very important, very simple example. You learned all 3 points. Whatever is important in this for this unit. Okay, this is very important. I hope you learn this. Okay, we'll go to next question. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಬಂಧನ. Okay, this is one example. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಪರಾಧ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಆತನನ್ನು ಬಂಧಿಸುವುದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಬಂಧನ. ಆದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪರಾಧ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಎಂಬ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಆತನನ್ನು ಬಂಧಿಸುವುದು ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಬಂಧನ. ಮೊದಲನೇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಎರಡನೇದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಜದ ಭದ್ರತೆಗಾಗಿ ಹಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರೀಸನಬಲ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ there is a suspicion. We suspect government police suspect that this person will create problem tomorrow, so they can put him in the bar because tomorrow prime minister coming, he may create problems, so they can arrest him. Okay, these are restrictions they can available. The government can put. ಮುಂಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಬಂಧನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 22, 427 ಈ ಹಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಾಲ ಬಂಧನದಲ್ಲಿಡಲು ಸಲಹಾ ಮಂಡಳಿಯ ಅನುಮೋದನೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. That is what you have to explain in the if you get this question. Okay, we'll go to in this fourth unit 22, 20, 20, 28 article number. These article numbers are important. Okay, then we'll go to fifth unit. What is there in the fifth unit? In the fifth unit, ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯ ನೀತಿ means state policy. This is very important. You know, you will get one question. State policy remedies. Like what is syllabus? What is there in the syllabus? ಪಾಠ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪದಗಳ ವಿವರಣೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಹಕ್ಕು, article number 22 to 26. These are rights. You know, this is very important. So if you want to become a lawyer, successful lawyer, you should know this. This unit is very important. You know? Article 32 and 226. These articles are very, very important. It will be there in all the semesters. Okay, so you should remember this. You understand this concept. You will get question mostly you will get the question. Okay, one of these two. ರಾಜ್ಯ ನೀತಿಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳು are writs. You may get 2 questions from in this unit. Okay, these 3 topics are very, very important. You know, very, very important. I'm repeating again. Okay, we'll learn about we'll start. What is the important points? ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಯಾದರೆ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. These 2 articles are important. See, when fundamental rights are violated, you can directly go and file the case in the complaint in the Supreme Court. You know, directly you can file in the case. That is article number 32. If you want to file in the IQourt, then article number 226. Writ. What is writ? Fundamental rights are there. You know, who will protect? See, from something happened, some violation happened, somebody is you will go and tell police, so you protect me against fundamental rights. No, there is a way to there is a government courts are having the rights to give order to protect your fundamental rights. That is what called writs. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸಲು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹೊರಡಿಸುವ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಆದೇಶ. That is what we call it as writ. Writ, you must have heard, right? Writ. This is what the meaning of the writs. A judicial order issued by the Supreme Court or an High Court to enforce the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಎನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ, ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ರಿಟ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ರಿಟ್. ದೆನ್ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನೂನು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಲಾ, they should make according as per some guidelines. Okay, simply they can't make it as per their own. That is what DPSP says. Rajya Nirdeshana Tattva. This is very important for your exam, so you understand this concept. ಕಾನೂನು ರಚಿಸುವಾಗ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಪಾಲಿಸಬೇಕಾದ ಮಾರ್ಗಸೂಚಿಗಳು ಇವು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾರಿಗೊಳಿಸಲಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. This is what it says. Guidelines for the state to follow while making laws. They are not enforceable. This is a very important question. I will explain in the next slide. Okay, we'll go to next slide. What is the okay? We'll explain all 3 topics in the single example. Okay, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅಕ್ರಮವಾಗಿ ಬಂಧಿಸ, why you should learn, you know, everything whatever we are discussing, you will practical knowledge. Why you should study this topic? Why you should study this unit? Okay, you will say, right? I always recommend all the students to study all 5 units of Constitution because they're very, very important for you in your career. Okay, why you should study unit number 5? Some people, students will say, I will study only 3 subjects. I'll pass the exam. No. Only for Constitution, I recommend you to study all 5 units. Very important. Okay. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅಕ್ರಮವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದನ್ನಿಟ್ಟರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಕೀಲರು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏಬಿಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ರಿಟ್ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬಹುದು. So habeas corpus means court will order to bring them in front of the court. They will give the order. That is what writ. There are many different writs are there. In that habeas corpus writ, this is one of the writ. Court will order to bring the person in before the court. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ಪರಿಹಾರದ ಹಕ್ಕು. ಸರ್ಕಾರವು this is a ಹಕ್ಕು. This is a ಪರಿಹಾರ means this is a remedy. Okay, to safeguard your fundamental rights. ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾನ ವೇತನ ನೀಡಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸುವುದು ಅದರ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಧ್ವಜವನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸುವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್? That is what it says. Okay, what is there in the unit? We will go through it. So many things are there in the unit. Okay, this final unit teaches you how to get justice when your rights are violated, that through writs you will get. Okay, if you go by going to the High Court or Supreme Court, Article 22, 206, Article 2 in the Supreme Court. What the goals of the governments are? Goals of the governments are directive principle. What are your responsibility or fundamental duties? ಪ್ರಜೆಯಾಗಿ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? That is what ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳು. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಗುರಿಗಳೇನು? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಯಾದಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕು? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ರಿಟ್ಸ್. ಥ್ರೂ ರಿಟ್ಸ್, through order of the court. So what will you learn in this unit? ರಿಟ್ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವುದು ವಕೀಲರ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಜಾರಿಗೊಳಿಸುವುದು ಎಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುವುದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಗಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಎ ರಿಟ್ ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ is one of the most important function of a lawyer. Knowing how to enforce fundamental rights is practically very crucial for you as a lawyer, as an advocate. Okay, this is very important. So you should learn 5th unit. Don't miss this unit. ವಿವಿಧ ರೀತಿಯ ರೇಟ್ಗಳು. It's very simple now. You understood everything, Directly you can study for the exam, you can write exam. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, ರಾಜ್ಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು, ರಿಲೇಶನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ DPSP. This is the question you will get. ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕು. See, Muslims are having their own school, and Christians are having their own school, and some different community, they want to make their own school because they want to improve their community, they want to improve their language. So that is permitted in the law, this is permitted in the court. Sorry, it's permitted in the constitution. Okay, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಜಾರಿಗಾಗಿ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಹೊರಡಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ವಿವಿಧ ರೀತಿಯ ರಿಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. I told you, right, there are different writs. Habeas corpus, ಅಕ್ರಮ ಬಂಧನದ ವಿರುದ್ಧ, you can tell. And also, if somebody, government official, is not helping you, not doing his work, you can put mandamus, like ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಪಾಲನೆಗೆ ಆದೇಶ ಮಾಡುದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ? ಕುಡಿಯೋರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಆದೇಶ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. You can file the writs, you can get the means on the prohibition ಕೆಳಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಡೆಯುವುದು, means statutory writs, ಕೆಳನೆ ಆದೇಶ whatever the court, lower court made order, that can be made it cancelled by through this statutory writ. ವಾರೆಂಟ್, ಯಾವ ಅಧಿಕಾರದಿಂದ ಏನು ಪ್ರಶ್ನಿಸಲು. So this is another fifth writs. All 3 writs you will learn it in the 5th unit. Constitution provides the 5 types of writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, and prohibition writ to stop the lower court. Statutory is to request the order of the lower court, warrant to question the authority. On what basis you have done this work, like that you can question through this. Okay, then what a simple example. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಬಂಧನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯವು ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಜರುಪಡಿಸಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಬಿಯಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಚೇರಿಯು ಕಾರಣವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ನೀಡಕೊಡೋದು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ರಿಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ದ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಂದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡಮಸ್ ಆದೇಶ ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, if you go to next one, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ನಡುವಿನ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಚರ್ಚಿಸಿ. This is a very important question. You will get this question. Okay, this is very very important question. ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತತ್ವಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವೆಂದು ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಲಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಮಿನರಲ್ ಮಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಸಾಮರಸ್ಯ ಸಮತೋಲನ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕು, this is very important. Initially it was like that, it was written. Later ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು, that is also very important. That is what the Supreme Court said in the later judgment. Like ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕು means ಜೀವಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕು. Government says I want your land for factory. So between these two, there's balance. The court will do the balance. That is what you have to discuss. ರಾಜನೀತಿಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು. Okay, for example, ನೀವು ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಹಕ್ಕು ಒಂದು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕು. Okay, this is a fundamental rights. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ನೀಡುವುದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು. Okay, ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು means government want to give job to everyone. That is what its goal. ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ತತ್ವಗಳು. ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಲು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಧೀನಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಬಯಸಿದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯವು ಸಮತೋಲನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. Okay, this between these two, government's court will balance. Okay, your right to speech is fundamental right. providing job for all is a goal of the government. That is the directive principle. If the government wants to acquire your land to build a factory, court will balance your right and the government goals through compensation. They will give compensation. They will discuss why you are taking, whether it's some justifiable. All those things they will discuss, and they will give importance to both of them. Okay, that is what it says in the mineral mills. This is very important case law. Okay, you should remember this. Okay, we'll go to next one. Let's take more time. Okay, see what the way I'm explaining the syllabus. You can directly study for the exam. You can go and write the exam. This you don't feel like it is a syllabus. You'll feel like it is a real class. Okay, you'll feel like it is a real class. ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರಿಗೆ ಖಾತರಿಪಡಿಸಲಾದ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಟು ದ ಮೈನಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 29 ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಯಾವುದೇ ನಾಗರಿಕರ ವಿಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ, ಲಿಪಿ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಸಂರಕ್ಷಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 30 ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುವ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ. So I already explained you before, right? It's very simple. ಕೊಂಕಣಿ ಭಾಷೆ, that's less people are speaking, right? ಜನರು ತಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ತೆರೆಯಬಹುದು. ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತರು, ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮರು ತಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದ ಶಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ತೆರೆಯಬಹುದು, ಕಾಲೇಜನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಬಹುದು, ತಮ್ಮದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಅವರ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣದ ಹಕ್ಕು. That is what you will learn it in the. This is very important question. It came multiple times. This question came multiple times. Really, it came multiple times. You should study. These are all the articles comes in fifth unit. Article 29, 30, 32 to 26. These are writs. I would explain you to the 300A and 36 to 51. This is the 51A. Only in the first semester you will read article up to 51A. Okay. Konkani Bhasha. Okay. The people who speaks Konkani language can open school to preserve their language. Christians and Muslims can establish and administer their own school colleges based on their religion. This is their cultural and educational rights. Okay. This is what it is there in the as per the it is written in the constitution. It is permitted in the constitution, so they are doing like that. Then what else? That's it. Nothing else. 15. We completed almost all the units. Okay, we completed almost all the units. So in the quick revision, it's a KSLU 3-year program. There are 5 semester. There are 6 semester. There are 20 core subjects and 4 clinical subjects and 6 optional subjects. Then these are all the important key points we explained. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ we explained. We learned everything, entire syllabus we learned. What is the principle? These are all the silent features. First question, explain the silent features of Indian Constitution. Highlight its in blend of rigidity and flexibility. This is the first question. Second question is preamble is the key to open the mind of the makers and constitution, discuss the purpose and objective legal status of the preamble with reference to the decided cases like Berabari case, Kesavananda Bharati. See, this is very important. You can't say government. Like see, ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆಯು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಭಾಗವಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಕೇಶವಾನಂದ ಭಾರತಿ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ತನ್ನ ಹಿಂದಿನ ತೀರ್ಪನ್ನು ತಳ್ಳು ಹಾಕಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಭಾಗವೆಂದು ಹೇಳಿತು. This is very important. See, some court is telling today something. Tomorrow it may change. It can change. You can't say it is fixed. Like this is very very important. So you should keep reading the latest judgments. So keep updated about the latest judgments. Okay, very very important. Okay. Then if you go to third questions, so explain the different modes of acquiring and losing the citizenship under the Citizenship Act 1955. This is very important. Then if you go to second unit, important question, Rajya, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, all these things you will learn. Article number 14, article number ಗ್ರಹಣ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. This is very important. Very important concept. You will get, I think you will get it for short note, for writing a short note. I don't think you will get it for 116 marks. Taratanya, this is very important. These things are very important. You will get the question like this. Article number 19 1 bar A, or you will get a question on 19 1 bar G, or article number 15 16 they will ask you to explain how to explain all those things. I already explained article number 21. Then 22nd question, then the preventive detain. This will you will get. You will not get it for 16 marks. It will come for the short note. Then if you go to 15, so 550 unit, you will get the constitutional remedies. Article 32 and 226 rights. Sorry, writs. This is very important. Yeah, this question is very very important. This question is very 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 important. Writs also you will get. Okay, this is very important. How to explain all these things I already explained. Each and everything. You complete almost everything. you know everything in the unit. You can directly study for the exam. You go and write the exam. That is the way we explain the syllabus. This is the constitution. We will also explain the other subjects. For the first semester, there are six subjects: constitutional law, contract law, one, and law of torts, family law, Hindu law, criminal law, one, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. Yeah, for English, for those who write exam, please subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel, for more updates, for more video like this. If you like, subscribe and share it with your friends. So we'll make more videos. You can put it in the comments which are all the videos you want. We will make the video for you people. You can enjoy, you can study. It is a very easy subject for you. You can easily pass. But if you're not studying properly, if you're going to study last minute, definitely you will fail the exam. You will not going to pass even a single subject. I'm telling you, you're not going to pass single subject if you're not going to study one day before the exam. Okay, this is not like a normal degrees. There are so many case laws are there, so many subjects are there. The way you should write the exam is very different, not like a normal degree. Like I'll study one day before the exam, we'll write something, they'll give some marks. I'm telling you, they'll give one marks. There are five questions you have to write, right? In part A and part B. There are three problems will be there. Two problems you have to write for 10 marks, and the first there are some question paper also there. Yeah, if you want, I can explain in the next video. So if you write my question, see, all most of the students I'm seeing, if they, when they write the exam, they will say 16 marks. So I will get minimum 12 marks. I will tell you, they will give you 3 marks. For 16 marks question, if you are not writing properly, if you are not writing case law articles properly, if you are not writing synopsis, everything clearly, if they are not satisfied, they'll give 3 marks, 2 marks, 1 marks. If there are five questions, if you are getting one mark, 5 marks problems. If you are writing wrong article number, then you will get 0 marks. You will get only out of 100 marks. You will get how much? 9 marks, 10 marks. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling truth. There's passing percentage of KSLU, most of the colleges, 95% of the colleges is only 7%, 10%, because students don't know how to study, don't know how to write the exam. I'm telling you, after writing the first semester exam, students are learning how to write the exam. This is the problem, The students are very careless, very careless when they join law. They think that this normal degree, so it's a very just casual degree. So that is the reason they are very careless. I'm seeing most of the students, they think it is just normal degree, you'll pass. It is not engineering, it's not a doctor. See, it is not difficult subject, but there are some steps. There is the way to write the exam. If you don't know those things, I'm not telling it is a difficult than engineering. It's very easy course, a 3-year LB program, very easy. But I'm telling you, remember, you will fail in the exam. I'm telling you, you will fail in the exam if you are not following my instruction. If you are not following what I'm telling you, if you're not following, if you're careless, if you're not studying, if you're not following my instruction, if you're not watching my videos, you will fail in the exam. So watch my exam, subscribe to my channel so that you'll pass your exam. I will give you the tips for exam, how to write the exam, all those things. Based on that, if you write, you will pass the exam. So be careful. Don't be very careless. In the first semester, I see most of the students, even they score 80, 85, 90% in BA, BCom, BBA, BBM. They fail in the exam. They are unable to clear all five subjects. They fail in one minimum. Some students I've seen all five subjects they fail in the exam. So I'm telling you this because so much of theory is there. I'm not telling it is very difficult. So much of theory is there. So much articles are there. So many sections are there. It's so different. These are all so many. It's very. It's very big. Courses subjects are very big. I'm not telling it's very difficult. Very easy. It's just a practical knowledge. The normal like day-to-day activities only. You will see contract, writing papers, agreement. Very easy. Tasks. Task is just the normal compensation, giving compensation if for the simple civil. It is a part of civil cases, family law about Hindu law. What is a divide? What is the means? What is that? Family law. How the property will be divided. What are the rights? Karta. All those things you will learn. In BNS, this is very interesting. So many case sections are there. See, if you don't know, remember. So you have to remember so much. That's the reason I'm telling you. You have to start studying very early. 2-3 months before start studying. Don't go try to study in last minute. It's a very easy subject, but there are so many things you should remember. Some student ask how to remember all those sections. So you have to mug up. I'm telling you, there is no way to, there is no like mathematics 2 plus 3 5, there is something like that. You have to mug up, you have to remember sections, you have to remember article number. There are some important, see, you don't require to study everything, you know. I will give you the questions for problems, I will give you the important questions, I will give you the answer. If you study those questions, those way, if you write, you will pass the exam. Very simple, you know. That's why we you subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, or take our materials. So study is very easy. If you're not studying, it's very difficult. That's very simple logic, you know. Family law, Hindu law, laws. So what is there and what else is there? Very simple, you know. Second semester, constitutional law 2 is there, and that is also very explained part. This is very interesting, no? This subject, I like this constitutional law 2. About it, we will learn about prime minister, speaker, president. What are those? What are their duties? Preamble. So in depth, actually, you will learn the constitution very in depth. I feel this must be constitution 1, this must be constitution 2. Sometimes because it has very basic information, very fundamental information about constitution. So I like this subject more than this. This is okay, so this is also good, but this is actually will learn the constitution really well in the second semester. It's very interesting, you know, very interesting constitution too. Contract too, it is can't compare to see, most of the students fail in constitution one. I'm telling you, so many students fail in constitution one and contract. Most of students, I think, so many 90% students say this is a very tough subject, but I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest subject. This is also one of the easiest subject. I don't know, students says this is one of the toughest subject. It's very easy, you know, contract subject is very easy. Labor law also there. The property law, about the properties. This the Muslim law. This is very easy subjects, but you have to study. You have to understand the concept. You should study our material. Then it will become easy. I will give you the sections. You will give you the problems with the answer. You study just exactly like that. Go and write. You will pass the exam. That is a very simple, you know. What's then this is subject. Don't worry about other semester. Don't ask what is there in other semester. You study only this. You're in first semester, first clear all the subject. I'm telling you, so many people fail in first year. After the first year, they'll start studying properly for the third, fourth. They'll keep passing all the subjects. Third, fourth. These are very easy. So, later, only I'm telling you, first 3 semesters are difficult for students, not for my students. It will be easy only, but as per my experience with the students, says that first 3 semesters are tough, remaining 3 semesters are easy. Okay, okay. This today's we're winding up. We'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to our channel for more updates. You can put it right in the comment or which are the videos you want. Last, I will tell you very simple thing. Don't study everything. I'm telling you again, very simple. For free of cost, I'm telling you. Don't study everything in the subject. If you're going to study everything, if you should start from now at least 4 months in advance. If your exam is in, if the exam is there within next 2 months, then if you're going to study everything, means you can't complete, then ultimately you'll fail the exam. Having a knowledge, though, it's very important. But without passing the exam, you can't become advocate, right? Having knowledge, then it will become. There's no use because you can't help the other citizens. So if you want to help other citizens, then you should pass the exam. You should have bar. You should qualify in. You should enroll in the bar council. For that, you should pass the exam, right? For that, I'm telling you, don't try go for studying everything, each and every lines, each and every topics. You study which is important for exam when it is near, when only 1 month is left for exam. That time, study only for the exam perspective. What are all important for the exam. The don't study. Some subjects are very interesting, and some students start reading the subject for 15 days. Only one subject. So I've seen one student studying only Constitution for 1 month, Hindu law only for 1 month, and remaining 4 subjects for 50 days. Then they'll fail the exam. So don't do like that. Give priority for all subjects, and don't miss any subject, right? All the exams. I've seen some students will say, "Will I will skip one exam. I can't study all subject." I've seen personally seen they write those that study that exam also, last exam which they thought they don't want to write. They passed that exam. They failed in it, and some other subject which they studied for 1 month. They studied for 1 month. That in that exam they failed. Only 1 day, 2 days they studied that exam. They passed that exam. That is the reason I'm telling you, don't skip any exams. Write all the exams. And Kannada Kali Kanunu. This also you write. So I've seen students studying only for half day. They passed this exam. They failed in other 3 exams. That's the reason I'm telling you. Don't miss skip any exams. Write all the exams. Study well. Put your all effort. You'll pass all the exams. Very easy. I've seen so many people easily passing all the exams. All the exams are very easy. They will ask you very simple questions. Only problem is you don't know what to write, how to write. That is the reason you will fail the exam. That's very simple. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you everyone. Subscribe to our channel. Hope you liked our video. Like our video. We are also available on Telegram, email. You can contact us on email. We are also available in the WhatsApp channel. See the description for WhatsApp link. And also you can subscribe us. You can contact us on Telegram, IQCourt Law Academy @ IQCourt official. And also you can YouTube. You can just search for IQCourt. You will find our channel. You can subscribe to our channel for more updates. Also, WhatsApp number is there. You can reach us on WhatsApp number. Telegram also we are available into 24 into 7. You can ask any question if you want uh, any explanation on any topic. You can reach out to us on any of these our channels. Don't forget to subscribe and like button. Share with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Bye bye.